All right, first question. What's your name?
I go by a couple different names. McAllister Museum, JLegacy, that's my DJ beat making name. And also I go by Mari. That's a short name for my real name, Jamari. So
Oh, so you also do like production and DJ work?
yeah, I've been DJing for 10 years. I've been making beats since about 2019.
And where are you from?
I was born in Kankakee, Illinois, but I moved to Las Vegas when I was 5, about 6, around like 2007. I stayed out here for 8 years. I moved to North Carolina in 2014, and then I moved back to Vegas around like 2020.
Wait, we're at in North Carolina.
Yeah, Indian Trail is about 30 minutes away from Charlotte. So when I tell people North Carolina, they really don't know Indian Trail unless they're, from North Carolina. So I just say Charlotte.
And how was it growing up in, I guess, like Indian Trail and like Kankakee and like Vegas? And how do you feel that's like impact
Yeah.
like growing up in different places?
Well, Kankakee, I was a young kid, so I was just, doing kid stuff. I was really mainly in the house. But then I moved to Vegas. It was way different because it was the West Coast compared to the Midwest. And that's when I grew up, started learning about like fashion and music and certain things like that. Then I moved to North Carolina. That's when I was in high school. So I was doing like my hood rat shit with my friends and smoking, doing regular teenage stuff, learning how to drive. And they all impacted me in different ways. Like in Vegas, I did just more carefree, out here in the West Coast and things like that. I was around a bunch of different cultures. Like in Chicago, I was mainly around a lot of black people and white people. But when I came out to Vegas, it's like Hawaiians, Asians, Japanese people, just a bunch of different races and things like that. And then I moved back to North Carolina. It was like way more laid back as far as the fashion and like a lot of people didn't know much about like certain things within the culture because they're like more closed-minded to certain things, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't really know, like what you got going on right now with your platform. I'm sure a lot of people around you don't really know, like, the music that you post, things like that. It's like few certain people that know what's going on.
Exactly. It's like a very small percentage that actually know, but I mean that's kind of cool because on one hand it gives you like a opportunity to kind of put people on to stuff early. So
Yeah. Around, like 2015, 2016, when I was, like, really getting into, like, the SoundCloud era, like Playboi Carti, Bones, Xavier Wolf, that type of music. I just had, like, a group of friends. We were the only people in school that really knew what was going on. Everybody else was listening to Migos, NBA Youngboy, which is cool, but, like, I was just, like, on some different shit, you know?
what were your 3 most viral pieces of content, or I guess what have been, like, to this day?
It's fucked up because my, YouTube channel got deleted early this year. I had 11K. I guess they would all come from YouTube. I was just re-uploading people's music that I liked. I uploaded this mixtape Pierre and Cardo Wild Adventures.
Uh,
Uploaded ended up hitting 1 million. A lot of people liked it because they took it off streaming services. About a couple months ago, I uploaded this video of Billie Eilish. She was singing this
eh,
X song that's got like 130K views right now, which is it's cool, you know. I'm s I'm still posting and getting more engagement and stuff like that. I'm not exactly where I want it to be. And my 3rd viral piece of content, I'm not even sure, honestly. I can't even now, but that's the 2 things that stick out to me the most because it was like, well, okay, I could tell you the 3rd one. It was like a video of Lucky, he was sipping not sipping fake drink, but somebody tried to give him fake drink, you know? But I want to say that those days where I posted, like, the Billie Eilish and the Lucky, post, those were days where I was like, "Man, I don't feel like posting," but I ended up anyway. They ended up going viral, so my advice to anybody that's posting content like I am, post even when you don't feel like it because you never know what's gonna blow up.
a segue, since I feel like you're about to touch on this anyways, what do you think makes content go viral?
Really the trends and, yeah, really the trends. Just looking at trends and taking advantage of certain trends, like, when I first started posting on YouTube, I noticed that a lot of people liked ICYTWAT, but a lot of his albums were on YouTube, so I'm like, "Okay, this is a trend." I liked it I liked it, and I wasn't on it just because it was trend, but I noticed it was a trending as well, so I was just like, "Okay, let me post the ICYTWAT albums because I know people are looking at it." That's what eventually got me my, supporters today and the people that follow me. A lot of people know me from YouTube and the icy twat videos that I will post.
Wait, so this isn't a question. I'm just curious. All right, so right now it's McAllister Museum 2.0. So
Mhm.
the old one just like they just like took it away basically?
No, oh yeah, as far as YouTube, yeah, the UMG, they took down my channel because I had some old Destroy Lonely Ken Carson songs up there, and they did that is because either earlier this year or late last year, TikTok and UMG were having their little dispute or whatever, caught in the crossfire of that. So yeah, they
Yeah.
took rest in peace, Alice Music.
Oh yeah, speaking of ICYTWAT, tell us about your relation to him and how y'all met, or like how y'all got connected, I guess.
Well, he saw me uploading his stuff on YouTube. I think within the first couple years, he commented on one of my videos, and then he ended up posting all the videos of the 4 albums I had in the playlist of his. And then, we're not close friends, obviously, but we just kinda kept in touch here and there. We DM him every now and then. And
Yeah.
then I interviewed him last year, in March of 2023. And around that time I was doing interviews. I basically just reached out. I said, "Would you like to do an interview?" And he said, "Yeah." And then that's pretty much how that happened.
Oh yeah, what is MM Magazine?
Magazine, that's basically a digital magazine where I post things that I'm interested in. That doesn't really fit the mold of the main Instagram page. I haven't been too consistent on it. I posted in April, but I do need to post some more. So that's pretty much what Magazine is, just a digital magazine.
You ever have plans of making it like a print one? Or like
Yeah,
a subscription?
yeah, I do once people, like, get more interested in it, and once I'm more consistent, because I don't wanna put out a product, I'm, like, not consistent with it, and then it just falls by the wayside. So once I get more consistent with it,
Makes sense. I've always thought doing like a magazine or like a newspaper, like a traditional like print one would be sick, but
yeah, that would be
to be
nice.
honest, I don't know how it would hold up, especially like a newspaper in like today's like landscape. Like it might just be kind of weird, but I don't know. It's just a cool idea. I
That,
think out there.
yeah, that's definitely a cool idea because you know how they got CDs and vinyls.
Yeah.
You know, people really don't listen to CDs, but vinyls, people like the vinyls and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's of tangible content that people like.
Yeah. I feel it's got like a lot of nostalgia factor as well, especially like vinyls. I saw this
Yeah,
thing on Instagram yesterday that said most of the people that buy vinyls don't even have a record player. So
yeah, that's me. Definitely, I had a couple vinyls. I didn't even have a record player. I just looks cool in my room.
it's like because the album art too is like, in my opinion, like way better than a CD. Because you get like the
Yeah.
cover, you get like sometimes they even do like back cover art and like sleeve and like what's it like on the vinyl sometimes.
Also like how the vinyls have different actual album covers than the actual CD.
Yeah.
So it's cool that way. And it's like you got the art in your hand, like you actually own the art. So that's cool to me. Yeah.
Um, you believe in aliens?
Yeah, yeah, I believe in aliens. Like we can't be the only ones here. What about you?
Yeah, nah, I'm the same way. I did a presentation in one of my classes in college about aliens. So we had to do like the persuasion presentation on like a conspiracy theory or something like that. So I just chose aliens, basically try to prove that they existed. So,
Hey, what were like a couple of the talking points to convince people that aliens are real? Like what makes you think that?
bro, it's so random. You mean for the presentation? Or I guess it's the same thing. I was gonna say, or like me personally, but I say like, I mean, first of all, Area 51, like Antarctica, or no, wait, there's Antarctica. Yeah, there's like the ice wall that you can't even like. They agreed, like different countries agreed that you couldn't like go past the ice wall in Antarctica.
Mm,
Area 51, like who knows what they got in Area 51? Like, yeah, I mean the universe, like there's so much out there. Like I mean, I feel like it's a waste of space if like I think that's a quote, but I feel like it's a waste of space if it's just like us. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it doesn't make sense for it to just be us.
yeah. I mean, like, come on now.
It doesn't make sense at all. I feel like I don't know, this is just me saying shit, but I feel like there's an alternate universe where it's like the same shit going on that's Earth, we just don't really know about it.
I mean, that's a valid point. There's like the multiverse and shit too. So that's a cool theory though.
That's kinda what I feel. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Anything is possible, honestly. Anything is possible. We never know.
Nah, you really don't. What era of rap do you think has influenced you the most?
Definitely the 2014, 2018 SoundCloud era. I would say that influenced me the most because a lot of producers from that era influenced me to produce actually like Pierre Bourne, got Mexico Dro, Stupid Cool. So guys like those, like them, they inspire me to produce. You got other people like Timbaland, but that's another era. But also, McAllister Museum really wouldn't exist without that era, without that 2014, 2018 SoundCloud era. So I would say definitely that era influences me the most.
Put me on what's like the 2014 and 15? Because I think it was before I even like really started listening on there, to be honest.
Okay, so you got 2015, that's like the Uzi, Playboy Cardi, Famous Dex. Okay, you got those main guys, right? But then you
Yeah.
got 2014, that was a little bit earlier. Really like 2012 to 2014. That's like Rob Banks, Xavier Wolf, Bones, Chris Travis, Eddie Baker, Face Goes Pert, Raider Clan, like Metro Zoo. That was kind of like the precursor to the main era, which everybody talks about. Like, more guys like in the new era, like Made in Tokyo, ICYTWAT, that kind of came after. But a lot of people don't really talk about like what came right before that era. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. That's like it's also like Sesh Hall, Water Boys, and all that, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's okay. I figure because I know like Bones, he's been making music for a minute, so it makes sense now that I think about it.
He's been making music as far as I know since like 2012, 2011, because he used to go as a kid.
For real?
Yeah, that used to be his old name before he was Bones.
Yeah. When was that? When did he change his name?
I think he changed it in 2012. Yeah, 2012 or 2013. Not too sure.
Bro, you gotta find the kid archive and just like upload everything to
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
somewhere. Let's see. All right. If you were to become an artist and you had to blow up in a month, what would be your plan to do so?
I would post at least once a week. I would get features that made sense to my brand. I would also buy SoundCloud reposts. I haven't bought one in a minute, so I don't know how effective they are. But I would also rely on marketing because you could have good music, but if your marketing isn't right, then you're not gonna blow up. So if I was an artist, I would definitely rely on marketing.
Also, what would you post once a week, like roughly?
I'll post like a song once a week because a lot of artists, I don't get why they do this. Like a lot of smaller artists, they got the power to post, but they post once every 3 months, once every 6 months. It's like, bro, like nobody knows you. You have to post. Like you have
Mhm.
to every week, every 2 weeks, unless you really got motion like that. And then once you get motion and people really know like you're an artist, okay, take a break. But if you're a smaller artist, nobody knows you, you gotta post once a week on
Yeah,
Spotify so you can build that algorithm and people can start to know who you are. So that kind of like I don't understand when people just don't post as much as they can because nobody's telling you that you can't post. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I feel like it's you probably heard this before. I feel like it's a lot of like people just trying to be mysterious, but
Mhm.
I mean it works for some people. But like you said, you kind of have to have like you have to drop some really good music and like a lot of it before you can even like consider doing that.
Mhm.
Um, then you can just go off the grid for 5 years and then.
Def-
But
Definitely could come in the game trying to be mysterious.
yeah, it's
Like, they try to take the Playboi Carti route, but they don't even understand before that, Playboi Carti was dropping a lot, had a lot of leaks, and had a lot of features, and I'm talking even before, like, 2017, 2016. And the
yeah,
thing that happened with Carti is he naturally didn't post a lot and was naturally mysterious, and people took it as he was trying to do that, but that happened naturally.
it makes sense. I mean, because if you think back to like the plug era, like even like 2015, Cardi, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know a lot about that, but I know there's a lot of leaks from back then. I'm sure he posted a lot more back then because like obviously on SoundCloud, it's a lot easier to just like drop something like right then. So yeah.
Yeah, especially compared to now where you're streaming and stuff like that, DistroKid, you have to wait a couple days.
Oh yeah. Do you think that paid promo was effective, and why or why not?
It's effective. It's definitely effective because we've seen a lot of artists pay for promo, but it's all about the artists. I mean, the crowd's reaction, how they feel. Because Molly Santana, as far as I know, she was buying a lot of promo, and I fuck with her, and she's been up. But you also got Sid Shine. I don't know if you heard of him, but he
I've
was
heard tapped in, but I'll have to do that.
yeah, he would be on a lot of promo pages, but the reaction to his music wasn't really as good as Molly Santana's or other people that paid for promo. A lot of people found him annoying. Not me personally, but they found him annoying because he would be on every promo page. So I feel like it can be effective in a way. You just have to work it right, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to market yourself and have an effective plan when you're paying for that promo. So it definitely can help. And also too, you need money to market yourself, and it's almost like a pay to play thing in a way because if you don't got no money, you can't promote yourself on SoundCloud, Instagram, YouTube, like that, you know? So I feel like paying for promo is definitely effective. What
Yeah,
about you?
yeah, I agree. It's like I think it's like two sides to it. Because on one hand, like obviously I've seen people take the route of like all organic. Like Lucky, for example, he's been making music for like what 10 years or more, and
Yeah,
he could have bought promo. I don't know, but like when I think of like artists buying paid promo, I don't think of like Lucky. I think of like newer artists that kind of gained a lot of traction last year. But I mean, it makes sense because like obviously it's doing something if they're able to expedite that process that much. So I think, yeah, I think it's the way you do it and like really, yeah, just really like how the route you take because I don't like this stuff that's like corny, like.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, I think there's a difference between paying for a platform to put something on that you think people are gonna like a lot versus just like having some like scheme or something where you try and like frame something. I don't know. It's just I mean this is probably not as common as I'm like thinking, but it's like yeah, I think it's effective if you know what you're doing and it's like valuable content. So
right, right. You feel like a lot of people just take the money just because they can get the money and then post it up even if it's whack or it doesn't really fit their
yeah,
vibe.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I've always kind of been on the fence about if I should do that or not. Cause I don't want to on one hand, I don't want to just like only do something for the money. But on the other hand, it's like you gotta make money. So it's like and I also don't want it to be to where like I've gotta take stuff and post it just so I can get the money so it keeps you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Like personally, it's something I'm still trying to like figure out. But
Yeah.
overall, I think it's effective and like I definitely respect people that can do that and make it not like seem forced, I guess. So
And I like how we got the power of the internet. Like back in the day, you have a label that has to pay for radio time and promotion and things like that. But now we can do it ourselves. Go
yeah,
into Twitter, pay for our own promo. We don't have to wait for a whole nother label to do it for us. So I do like that. I do like that part of it.
definitely. And the creative side, like I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it's probably that way with uh like graphic designers, like video directors, like people like that. Like I'm sure at some point you had to go through a label to get to like people to do that, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Actually, I heard the story. Little Yachty, the Lil Boat mixtape. The guy that gave him the graphics for the mixtape, the cover art, he just hit him in the email, like a cold email, and he ended
Yep.
up in the cover art too. So it's amazing what the internet can do for us.
Yeah, that's wild. That's an iconic album cover too.
Yeah, I like it a lot. A
I
lot.
always thought that was one that was like definitely had like a label behind it. That's crazy.
I did too. I just found out about this a couple weeks ago.
Hey, the more you know.
Or yeah, I always thought it was a label as well.
When did you first like did you start with like well, I guess what was your first like uh content on McAllister Museum?
I was posting D Savage on my YouTube, and then I ended up posting ICYTWAT. But then, like 2020, early 2020, late 2019, I started posting a bunch of different people. But this also ties into the Charlotte scene because 2017 and then 2018, no, 2018, I was doing shows, but then I saw a lot of people who had talent like NASCAR Allo, 10 Cell Phones, Jay Storm, Maserat, Apollo is Lane, Dirty Butt. I saw a lot of these guys, and I was like, damn, there's really nobody that's pushing them or have a platform for them. So I started them posting them on the McAllister Museum Instagram. So yeah, that's what I was doing as well. It started off as me wanting that's on the Instagram side, it started off as me wanting to give a platform to people that really didn't have the platform on them at the time. Right now, it turned into, the SoundCloud era because that's what people wanted. But originally for the Instagram, it was just a bunch of people that really wasn't getting the shine I felt like they deserved. And I had the leverage with the Icy Twat videos already posted. So I was like, let me post them as well so they can kind of get in the mix.
I like that because that's like a way to kind of share your platform and like that's kind of what I want to do is like have that pull and like traction, but then use that to put like people on that I fuck with that don't really have like the I don't know. I guess like you said, like the platform yet.
Yeah.
So
Who are some people that you mess with that you would like to see get elevated to that platform?
obviously my homie Lone Star, he's like a longtime friend. Let's see. My friend Arvel, he makes like EDM, but that's also like a long time homie.
Okay.
Slot Mike, I've done a few videos for him. We've been locked in for a minute. And then I guess people just like people in the city, Weston Way or Way. I did a video for Speak About Jay Munch. I'm trying
Alright.
to see Munch like I feel like he's gonna become like a big star.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I'm telling you, like, there's other people like that too. Like, trying to think of names, but those are the first ones that come to my head because, like, the ones that I've like kind of known of for a while from like the city, and or like worked with that I feel like deserve to be up there, but just haven't quite gotten there yet.
I know what you mean. Munch is definitely gonna be big. He has his own style. I appreciate artists that have their own style, definitely.
Who are 5 artists with under 100K monthly listeners that you predict will blow up and find mainstream success in 2025?
Well, I don't be on Spotify, so I don't know about monthly listeners. So can we change it to like under
What's
100?
it like less followers? Like, for example, like yeah, just like less followers on SoundCloud or something like that. Like less than 5,000, we'll say.
First, my boy Summer Alone. I really like his music. Who else? These are really people that I've been following for years and been connected with for years that I'm about to mention, but Dirty Butt, definitely want to see him shine. Maserat, he has like this rock sound that he's been working on for years, but he also does rap and other things like that, like that. Belize, I want to see her get her shine as well. There's a
Yeah.
lot of female artists that are coming up. I feel like she should be elevated in that platform as well. Damn, I hate that I feel like I'm missing out so many people. Last one would be Apollo is lame. I really just enjoy his music in general. So I would like to see him be elevated. Damn, man, I feel like I'm missing out so many people. But
Hey, I only said 5 though, to be fair. So
all of them all right now. So
who would win in a fight? A gorilla or a grizzly bear?
fuck. Dude, this is so crazy because this is kind of off topic, but I had a dream about a bear earlier.
What was
That
it, a grizzly bear?
no, it was like a black bear. A bear was chasing me.
Oh dang, bro, that's some like scary shit. I always have dreams about like wolves and coyotes and shit chasing
That's
me.
scary as fuck.
What are you gonna? What are you about? What do you do? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I basically had to hide, and then everywhere I was going, this bear was chasing me, and it was weird. Like it
damn.
was. But who do I think would win? Grizz. I would say a gorilla, because a gorilla is like more lean in a way. It's got like more agility, you know what I'm saying, than a bear that just seems more sluggish.
True, true.
You know what I'm saying? But a bear may have more power, so I don't know. I don't think go a gorilla though. How about you?
I say grizzly bear just because like I guess it depends on the environment too. I'm thinking like a gladiator dome. Like
Uh,
I don't want
Alright.
to be like banned for saying this for like animal endangerment or some shit, but like I'm thinking like a very like basic like battle scenario on some like Pokemon shit. I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
like the grizzly bears like I think they're a little bigger. They got like claws. I feel
yeah.
like I don't know. I don't know which one's got more like strength, but I'm still waiting on the funding to actually make this happen.
Facts, facts. Yeah, let's do that. We gotta through.
For real, that'd be crazy. I'm not, but for real, I am trying to run like a simulation once I hit like X subscribers, just like on the most random shit ever. What is the origin and meaning of the name McAllister Museum?
Well, basically, the origin of it, I was watching a bunch of guys like Shroomhead, Mystic Punk, I think that's his name, Wavy Living. A bunch of guys are posting a bunch of underground music. And I was just like, yo, I can do this too because I know some underground people. And then that's when it went to the ICYTWAT, and I was just ended up posting them. But the well, that's not really the name, but the origin of the name, it was just like when you think of a museum, you think of a bunch of art pieces and different different things in a museum. So I felt like it was kind of a museum of music of a bunch of different music that I like. So that's really the origin of that name.
Makes sense. That's a cool concept.
I was always on my laptop And when you're on the iTunes, it kinda looks like a museum, like a digital museum with just
Yeah.
different people that how you make the cover art and the cover art that you set for different albums and things like that, so that's kinda where I got it from as well.
What do you think music will sound like in 100 years?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have, like, 30-second songs.
For real or less? Like, the snip is gonna be like the song.
Yeah, exactly. The sim is gonna be the song. That's how it's gonna be. But I can't even tell you how it's gonna sound, man.
Well, I think nobody asked my opinion, but I think it would be either like something we can't even like comprehend right now, like maybe not even like music in a traditional sense, or like it's gonna regress and start going backwards. It's gonna be like classical shit.
Right.
I
That
mean,
could
people still make classical music, but I mean that'll be like like
Yeah.
yeah,
They'll be snapping and shit like that.
yeah. It's gonna be number one on Billboard, like yeah.
Yeah.
But
Shit, I kept going to acapellas. Niggas ain't even gonna use beats no more.
shit, that's interesting. That's like spoken word at that point.
Yeah, so that could happen. Cause with fashion and music, a lot of trends come back, so, like, with the jerk stuff, that would happen, like, years ago, 15 years ago, just about the jerk stuff, so that's coming back.
And Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K.
Wait,
Y2K back.
what was the original like jerk music or scene in like 10 or 15 years ago? Kind of.
Had a bunch of West Coast artists that really led that scene. So you had New Boys, they were, like, the face of it with the You're a Jerk song. And then you had the Rangers. They're like really the best dancers that were coming out and doing the jerk dance and really elevating the dance and making it more complex. But you also had other artists who are big today, like YG, DJ Mustard, Cole, Young Sam. So it was a lot of like, I guess you say hyphy, jerk, West Coast type music. I'm missing out a lot of artists, but that's basically the basis of it.
That's cool though. Honestly, I didn't even know that. But
Yeah, definitely,
he
definitely.
Osama started DJ Mustard song.
Facts, facts. Osama Sun. What you think of Osama Sun and that spin?
I think they're cool. It took honestly, it was like something. It's usually like this with me. It takes me a minute where I'm kind of like skeptical at first. I'm like, I don't know. And then like, so it was the same thing with like X, Long Live X, and like probably even like Juice and Cardi, all that. But like, it just took me a minute to kind of understand it. And then once I started like listening to it myself and like different contexts, it grew on me. I fuck with it now, like heavy.
Yeah.
Well, who were your biggest inspirations for starting McAllister Museum?
Shit, I would say guys like Mystic Pimp, Trill Funk, Shroomhead, 'cause I saw them, they were uploading stuff like Lil Peep, Suicide Boys, Bones, and stuff like that. So I wanted to do something that they were doing, so that really inspired me as well. So I would say that's like the starting point of the inspiration for the YouTube, which grew to everything that I got going on now. So what about you? What inspired you to start your platform?
Let's see. Well, it's kind of, I guess it's two different like facets of it I could talk about because I recently started like posting music and stuff to try and like grow a platform. And then it originally started as like music videos. I would release some of like like my friends' music on like SoundCloud and stuff, and then do like visualizers. So I guess for the original like videography side of it, like Lyrical Lemonade, Lone Wolf, um,
Yeah, they're hard. They're hard.
people like that. And then for the like media platform side of it, I guess I would say like OGM, like
Oh
K.
yeah, for sure.
Honestly, because it's cool like seeing people that like are on like a same, I guess like level ish,
Hmm. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
and like Elevator. Let's see.
Elevator. Yeah, yeah.
Early Lyrical Lemonade too. I mean, late Lyrical Lemonade too. We used to do like a bunch of like articles and stuff for like local Chicago artists. I think mainly them.
Yeah. I do remember Lyrical Lemonade would post a bunch of local Chicago guys as well. Like their blog. their website.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to remember because I know they've changed it like 2 or 3 times. Like the one now looks like crazy. It's like, have you seen it yet? It's
Mm-mm.
with like when you go into it, it's like a little like iPod looking thing, and then
Oh, that's cool. I gotta check it out.
Respect. But the old one, I think it was just like I don't know what platform. Basically, it was just like like a standard like WordPress or something
Mm,
website.
good.
It was like that's kind of like the origin of it. So, all right, what are your 5 favorite albums of all time? Yeah,
Come on, man. Okay, you know what? I can't give you my top 5 albums of all time, but I can give you the 5 that I'm, like, really enjoying right now.
that's cool.
I would say Travis Scott Rodeo, Ken Carson, The Great Chaos, Playboi Carti, Whole Lotta Red, Tyler, The Creator, Wolf. People don't like him, but Drake, Take Care. It's just
That's
so nostalgic. It's so nostalgic to me. Like, nigga, I grew up on Drake, so. But see, those are the top 5, I would say. But there's so many more. Like, I'm gonna look at this interview later and be like, damn, I should have said this album or I should have said this album. You know, so
if you think of any more, I can always like tack them on like in like a clip or something.
bet
Well,
bet. Yeah,
uh,
that's a good question too, though.
appreciate
That's a
that's
good.
acceptable though.
What
I'm
about you?
oh shit. No reverse part. A great chaos for sure. Deluxe. Let's see. Oh, recently that new Che album, Say So Says. I
I
can't
heard
I can't
good
remember
album.
when it dropped, but I was late. I just listened to it like 2 days ago for the first time. This shit's good. It's like different.
I
Um,
gotta get. I only heard it a couple times.
yeah, that's fair. It's it's pretty good. It's like I said, I think it's like different, but if you really like give it some time, for me anyways, I fucked with it. Um, honestly, Osama's son, Flex Music's.
That's hard. That's hard. I do fuck with that album.
I say Brent Faiyaz Wasteland. Is that
Okay,
4 or 5? I think it's 4.
yeah, that's 4.
I'll just say the Netspin album. I mean, I just looked at my recent, so
I heard it's either really good or really bad. That's what I've been hearing. Can
um,
I shout out some more albums? I just feel like I want to get some albums.
he good.
The Skywater GG. I don't know if you've heard it yet. It's pretty good.
Her.
Summer Alone. Sleep Longer, You'll Be Okay Too. That's another great project. Snow Strippers, they dropped some shit too that I've been bumping. They're nice. They're nice. And that Saw Baby, that Saeem, it's pretty good.
All right, what's it like owning a media company?
It's cool. It can get stressful and kind of like discouraging if you're worried about likes and stuff like that. But I just recently, like this year, just had to stop thinking about likes and everything in general. And it can get all over the place because I want to do a bunch of things at once. So I
Yeah,
just have to just sit down. But other than that, I like it. You get a lot of connections. A lot of people message with you because they want to get posted on the platform as well. It opens up doors to a lot of other things. So I do like it. And it's just really what I would do if I was not even, you know, if I had nothing else to do, like going to a job or anything like that, I'd do that all day, like without getting paid. So
what's your advice to someone that's just starting one?
don't worry about the likes. Nobody's gonna fuck with you at first. It's probably gonna take a couple years. Unless you really got motion like that. Don't get discouraged by that. And just stay true to your platform. Like, don't do things just for the money. Of course, you got to make the money, so eat off your promo and different things like that. But don't do things just for the money. Like, if you don't really like an artist's music, don't post them just because you want to get the bag.
Yeah,
Stay yourself. That's what I would say.
I
And
agree.
fun with it because it can be discouraging at first, but just have fun with it.
Oh yeah,
Remember, well, once you really get to where you want to go, it'll all be worth it. You just gotta, as cliche as it sounds, don't give up. Like
yeah.
sounds cliche, but don't give up. Sometimes you gotta regroup.
Do you have employees?
I have somebody that helps me sometimes. I just started working with him. My bro Texaco Shotty, he helps me sometimes with posts. But this was recently, like a couple months ago. He's just started helping me. But other than that, the whole time it's just been me the whole time.
All right. What is the meaning of life to you?
Shit. The meaning of life. just be happy, stay present, do what you want because life is too short to not do what you want and get what you want out of life. Like if you want a big mansion, bro, like you can get that shit. If you want a lot of money, you can get that shit. If you want happiness, you can get that shit. You can get what you want because it's your life. You just got to make the right steps, do the right actions to get what you want. That's just the meaning of life, like getting what you want out of life, because we're here on earth. Like, why would you not? Why would you not try to get what you want? That's what I feel. That's what I feel like. Because your life looks different than my life. My life looks different from her life or his life. It's just all about how you build it and how you mold it. We can all do what we want within this world. Like, don't have any limits. That's what I feel like as well. Don't limit yourself because you can get what you want. The world is yours, like Tony Montana said, man.
Is there anyone you want to shout out?
A lot of people. I want to shout out my dad, my sister, my grandma. I don't know. Uh, that's all I want to shout out because I don't want to shout out people because I'm gonna leave out a lot of people. But
Yeah.
they know if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Shout
Um,
out to you giving me my first ever interview, so shout out to you for sure. But all
man,
the people, they know I fuck with them. So
it's an honor, bro.
hell yeah, bro. It's an honor. You interviewing me, bro.
Tell us about your upcoming. Well, I wrote projects, but I guess yeah, I guess what you got going on, like upcoming.
Well, me and my homie on the production side, fan favorite, we got a album coming out. It's called Noisy Neighbors. So check that out when it comes out. It should be out next year. And other projects as far as McAllister Museum. I got a McAllister Museum tape that I plan on dropping in 2025. Much of my favorite artists. I want to get that all together. Just make it for you guys. As far as projects, I just want to get more consistent on the magazine, have that come out as well. And that's about it that I can think of right now, or all I can reveal. So
Let's do. Will the projects be on like SoundCloud exclusively, or like all plats, like the tape and the album?
it depends. It depends on like samples, beats used, other things like that on the McAllister Museum side. But on the Noisy Neighbor side, on the JLegacy producing side, that's gonna be on all platforms.
What is your message to the youth?
And my message to the youth is, like I said earlier, as cliche as it sounds, like don't give up, bro. Like it can get hard. You may feel like nobody's fucking with you, but don't give up. Because if you do give up, you're not gonna be where you want to be. So yeah, that's and shit. Be yourself, bro. Like if you like a certain piece of music or a certain piece of art, they're gonna be people that's gonna like clown you or say you shouldn't like this because you're this type of person. But do what you want. Like do what you want, bro. It's your art, your life. When you die, you want to be able to be like, yeah, actually, I really did that. Like I stayed true to myself. So my message to the youth is just stay true to yourself, stay unique, and learn, bro. Like YouTube University, Google, learn, bro, and get that bread. That's my message to the youth. Get that bread.
Hey, you shouts out to YouTube University though.
Yeah, so I learned so much on there.
Nah, me too. It's wild. Well, shit. I guess that's it. Is there anything else you wanted to like ask or mention or anything?
Nah, I just want to thank you for having me on, bro. Yeah, I appreciate you big time.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, man. Have a good day.
All right, bro. You too.
Good chat.